we can work on the warehouses in the UK. I mean, you guys are a little open with that sex thing over there.
We could find you some clients. I'm sure we would.
I'm quite sure I can put some red lights around my warehouse.
Welcome to Fyaah TV. Today we are joined by Mela Miracle. He is from Jackson, Florida, and he created the product Mega-X, which increases blood flow and helps circulation for extra special sexual pleasure. Here he is, Mela Miracle. Welcome.
Hello, thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
So could you explain your profession as a herbalist and entrepreneur?
As an herbalist, I work with herbs. I work with essential oils. I'm self-studied, but I've now taken a class to become a master herbalist. But as an entrepreneur, I started out, a friend of mine told me my product worked. Actually, I began to make my products for the family, for the household. I just wanted to heal the kids, actually, is how I even got into herbs. But I mean, as an entrepreneur, I would just tell the entrepreneurs out there, man, to just never give up. As an entrepreneur, I mean, never give up on your dream. But actually, I didn't set out to have a skincare company. When I made my products, I didn't know that that's what I would be doing. But as I made my products and they worked so well in the house, I developed a passion for other people. So I was constantly I would see skin issues going on with friends of mine, and I was always, man, I can clear that up. Man, I got something that'll clear that up. I can clear it up. Mm-hmm. And a friend of mine, he had athlete's foot and black toenails. And we was on the phone one night. And I was like, man, I told you I got some oil that'll clear that stuff up, man. And I met up with him a couple of days later, and I let him use some oil, gave him a bottle of oil. And he called me about 2 weeks later. He called me about 2 weeks later one night, one Thursday night, I'll never forget it. He was like, man, you got to sell that oil. You got to sell that oil. I'm like, sell this oil? Man, ain't nobody gonna buy no oil from me. So I'm like, man, I'm telling you, that oil cleared up my black toenails. It cleared up my athlete's foot. It cleared up that rash I had around my nose. Man, you got to sell that oil. So now I'm like, sell this oil, sell this oil. What is this man talking about? So I'm like, I know, what I had in the oil. And then he talking about sell them, like, how I'm gonna sell this little bottle of oil? I mean, how I'm gonna price it? Who gonna pay for? I mean, it's not like I did it overnight. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, I don't know. So what happened? I ended up putting together 5 bottles. I put together 5 bottles of oil, and I went to a cookout, and I ended up selling all 5 bottles, and that's what made me say go from there. I say, you know what, it's on.
Are you able to give us any of your secret ingredients?
My secret ingredients, my strongest ingredient probably is Herbalist soda. That's probably my strongest ingredient, the most active ingredient.
Never heard of it.
Which is, I mean, a lot of people don't know. I mean, but it is, which is a sister to black seed oil.
Okay.
Cumin oil. I mean, that's one of my. But I mean, I use different ones, and it's all natural. It's all natural. I even have a video on my Instagram page where I showed some guys how Mega-X work, and then I took and I ingested the whole bottle.
Oh, wow.
Just to show that it's completely natural, it's completely plant-based, it's completely harmful. Since that is my most interesting product right now.
Definitely. And what was that? How did you come up with? What was the story behind Mega-X? Where did it come from?
Now, the story behind Mega-X, actually, I would say one of my classmates was my yard man at the time. And he said that he had erectile dysfunction, and he had sugar. He said he had sugar diabetes, which had given him erectile dysfunction. And he said he had a discussion with his doctor, and he said he had some weak vessels. So I mean, at the time, I was like, man, you need to go to the store. You need to try some maca root. It's a couple of things I told him to go try that I know would help his libido. But from my pain oil. See, all pain is inflammation. And what my pain oil does is it decreases inflammation, and it does it instantly. But it does it by circulating blood. Once my oil is um, once my oil is applied, then it goes below the surface and gets the blood circulating. And all pain is inflammation. So when that inflammation, I don't care where it's at, once you put my oil on it, it's going to go in there and get that blood circulating. It's going to decrease the inflammation and to relieve the pain. So I was already knowing that a formula that I had was good for circulation.
Do you think that would help with sickle cell pain crisis?
Um, I'm not educated on sickle cell pain. But I do know some people with lupus use my product. So it does help some people with lupus. But sickle cell, I mean, I don't know. I'm not educated on the sickle cell pain. I'm not educated on the lupus pain either, to be honest with you.
You just know what the product that you do have does in terms of increasing blood flow.
Yeah, and because it works different for people. I mean, some people, I don't care what they do, they just in pain. But I've had people use my product that don't use their braces anymore, don't use their canes anymore. I had a lady that had arthritis begin to use my product and got full mobility back. Amazing. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people use my product that can't lift their limbs. And I mean, in a matter of 2 minutes, like, oh my God, I ain't lift my arm over my head and I don't know how long. You know what I'm saying? So I have all that stuff. But at the same time, pain is inflammation. A lot of people eat the inflammation.
I was just about to ask you where you think this inflammation is coming from in general.
They eat it. I'm in America. We eat the obese country. So over here, it's our diet. You know what I'm saying? It ain't a military secret over here. It's our diet. You see what we eat. You see what we look like. So that's the main cause of our pain. And then over here, we just want a quick fix. I mean, I can't speak on your country, but I mean, I'm quite sure my country is heavier than your country. So over here, we eat a lot of our pain. But to go back to how my product works, some people don't experience pain as often. But then, hey, some people just constantly in pain. You know, then they use my product and it helps them. Some people, the pain is not as often. So, I mean, it works differently for everybody. But the thing is, if you line up 100 people in pain, my product gonna work for 93 of them. That's just what it is. It works fast too, so people can't believe how fast it works.
Yeah. What would you say the difference is between a product like Mega X and say Viagra?
Whoa. The difference is the side effects. That would be the main difference. I don't have any negative side effects. Mega X in no kind of way interferes with your heart. It's topically applied straight to the area. Mainly the side of Viagra. Mega X don't work in Viagra, meaning like if I was sitting here talking to you having this interview, excuse me, and I took a Viagra pill, I can continue to talk to you, and I don't know, 15, 20 minutes while I'm talking to you, then out of nowhere I will get an erection because I took that pill. Mega X don't work like that. Mega X, I can sit here and put Mega X on and it's going to increase my blood flow. But if I'm not mentally stimulated, I'm not going to get the erection that I'm looking for. So Mega X causes a natural stimulation, so you get more blood in the area for a firmer erection, and it also increases your stimulation as well. And when women apply it, it also increases or heightens the stimulation. Mega X could also be used as a lubricant if you're already having sex. You can also use it as a lubricant.
So is it an oil? Is it an oil formula?
Oil formula, and it's also oil friendly. So, I mean, after you put it on, you can still participate in oral sex. So it can be, I mean, it can be enjoyed alone or with a partner for either sex. I mean, guys use it alone. I mean, women use it alone. So it could be enjoyed alone. I mean, or, you know, doing sexual intercourse with your partner.
So there's hope for those people who are in lockdown by themselves.
Yes.
How have you combated things like the FDA, and like, are there people that come against sort of natural products and it makes it harder to market it?
Yeah, if I'm going online or going on, on Amazon, or going in Walmart. But right now, I'm just doing all my own marketing and selling my own product. So, I haven't ran across.
Is there a lot of like legislation and stuff that comes, like in place when you have to make products that you want to sell that have like these sort of miracle cure?
No, I don't make cures, and I'm not gonna say cure. Now, I don't cure anything. So we don't want nobody over there, but over here, we can't really throw around the word cure.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't cure anything. I may help, but I don't cure anything.
So you do have to be careful with how you market products. Like you have to, it's sort of like alleviate.
Yeah, I gotta be careful. And then to be honest with you, I never, I never, I never marketed Mega X. I never marketed. I haven't marketed it, like on Instagram, on Facebook. I ran an ad. I haven't. I haven't yet. I haven't yet. I did try twice, and both times, my ad was disapproved. But at the time, I was uneducated on how to properly run an ad. So I have now educated myself on how to properly run an ad, but I still haven't ran ads yet. I'm doing some other marketing. I haven't even did anything on Facebook yet. I'm just doing some other marketing.
Do you have any tips for people who sort of, because there are a lot of people who are into herbalism and like to create these sort of tinctures. Do you have any advice for these types of entrepreneurs as to how they should approach, running an ad through somewhere like Instagram?
Oh man, don't stop till you get it. Because I don't know. I didn't even now. I've taken some different classes, but I haven't took a how to run an ads properly class. I've read a couple of books. Oh man. I just been basically trial and error. I've been trial and error, and I've been learning along the way. And like right now, I just got to the point where at first I was ready to allocate out my jobs, because that's what you do once you grow. You get someone to do this, and get somebody to do that, and get someone to do this. But until you properly learn those areas, I wouldn't suggest you do that, because even like right now with marketing, um, it wouldn't make no sense for me to pay somebody else to do my marketing if I don't know what they're actually doing. So that's why I'm learning everything myself, so that way I know what this guy's doing or this girl is doing when they're doing my marketing. Or like for instance, I'm now working on a plan to actually make my Instagram look a lot more professional, with a lot more timely posts that make sense, when now it's kind of all over the place. That's because I wake up in the morning like, hey, at first I was like, I need to find somebody to do it, and that wasn't working out. But now I just kind of fell in love with it again, but it's still like, hey, what am I gonna post? I don't know. Let me tackle it. Then it'd be a good, you know what I'm saying? So I make a challenge out of it, and now I like it, but at the same time, if I just had the post just flowing through a system, and when I pay somebody, I'll be like, hey, this how it's supposed to go, this how it go. So I'm putting all that together now. So when I turn that over to somebody, I know how that go. So that's it, just putting everything in place, because I'm finna rip this yo.
Amazing. Which product are you proudest of?
I'm proudest of my pain relief.
Yeah.
To be honest, when I it's had to be 3 years ago when I first came out, when I first was, and I was in a beauty salon talking to telling these women about my products, and I was like, yeah, do this, do this, do this, do this. And then there was a lady there, and I mentioned my Mega X. I was like, I make this product. It worked for sex. It do this, da, 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 da. So she was like, she said, I want you to call me. So I called her. I called about a couple of days later. She was from Texas. And she was like, she said, hey, you want to just run with your sex product and not run with your other thing or whatever. I was like, nah. I was like, nah, because I know what my oil do. You know what I'm saying? I like I've had people cry using my pain oil. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I got people that really love me for their parent. I mean, just I know how my pain oil do. Probably my strongest two testimonies would be I had a lady that was about to get her foot amputated, and she used my oil for a month, and they closed up her ulcer. So she's still walking on her foot to this day. I had another lady that got a lump in her breast. She used my oil for like 3 weeks and went back to the doctor. And to this day, her lump still ain't there. And that's over 3 years ago. So, and this, I know the people that my oil helped as far as pain. You know what I'm saying? I was like, sex, no. But now I see what she meant. You know what I'm saying? By just going with sex, I see the difference. Because like I've been had Mega X. I've been had it. I just never promoted it. I just started promoting it last year in November. I mean, but I always, if you go look at any of my pictures or anything, even if my old commercial, I mean, and I had Mega X, and it was in you was getting more. It was in a bigger bottle. You know what I'm saying? So I've been had it available, but I never, went into like, hey, this Mega X. I mean, I just tell brothers, hey, I make a product for that. All right, whatever.
And has the pandemic affected any of your sales or any of your business or your opportunities?
It did. It did. It did, but I was able to. I mean, just figuring out Instagram and my own marketing, I was able to readjust because when the pandemic, before the pandemic, I was focused. I had my oil in a lot more spots in town.
Yeah.
I had my oil in a lot more spots in town. And then when the pandemic hit and the barbershops closed up and, the little places that had my oil, you know what I'm saying? I kind of had to go more to the internet.
Yeah.
So once I went more to the internet, I became like I made myself more available, start focusing more on the internet. I stopped focusing on, hey, this little barbershop, that little barbershop. So it done got all the way to like now it's only one location in Jacksonville that have all my products. I cater to the internet. I cater to the internet, and then the pandemic hit. Not able to do shows, not able to vend. You know what I'm saying? Go to events and set up, and not able to do none of that. So I mean, now it's to the point where so now I don't even look forward to that. And like now I've grown my business to where I'm not even vending if you only have over 1,000 people there. So and I actually got to put this out there in my hometown because now to keep you from inboxing me talking about, hey, I'm having something, come. Nah, if you want me, it's $250 for 3 hours. Thank you. Thank you. That's it. That's all. I'm $250 for 3 hours. That's it. That's no more. I ain't coming to pay you instead to sell my no. You can pay me to come talk or to be present. That's it.
And do you create all your products at home or do you have like a lab?
I'll get my products made in a laboratory and home. Because I had to for Amazon. I was ready to go on Amazon. So I got cases ready, stacked up for Amazon. But now that I found out Amazon duplicate hot products, we're going to put that on hold for a while.
Oh, really? Do they?
Yes, we gonna put Amazon on hold for a while. Yeah, because I mean, I heard they duplicate hot products.
Well, that's good to know for entrepreneurs out there. Because I think Amazon is the first place people think to go and sell their products, and it is probably the best way to go and get scammed by a company that can definitely do it better than you can.
Yep, and when you go to Amazon, you got to give them all your information. You got to give everything. So you basically turn everything loose for the check. And I ain't, nope. And I mean, I'm not saying I was against it, because I could show you cases. I got 6 cases stacked up, ready. You know, so that was a whole project. You know, that was a whole project I had did for Amazon. But nah, we're going to wait on that.
So what is the future for Mela Miracle?
The future for Mela Miracle? Global. I think Mela Miracle need like 5 warehouses in the United States. That way I can ship everybody their product in 2 days. Everybody here. And we can work on the warehouses in the UK. I mean, you guys are a little open with that sex thing over there.
We could find you some clients, I'm sure.
I'm quite sure I can put some red lights around my warehouse.
Oh, thank you so much for coming and joining us today. It's been very, very intriguing, and we're definitely going to have a look at some of those products and have some of the links below for people to check them out.
Please, thank you. Thanks for having me. I can send you something. It's going to take about 2 weeks to get it, but I'll send you something.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Yeah, we'll definitely give you a review. This has been Mama C on Fyaah TV. Love to the world. Peace out.
904-403-7578.